Let's talk about something that can either help build your financial future or become a mountain of debt. We all know them, credit cards. A credit card isn't automatically good or bad. The question is, do you control the credit card or does the credit card control you? Today, we're going to talk about simple interest, compound interest, and how to use credit cards strategically without allowing debt to take over your life. Simple interest is calculated primarily on the original principal. For example, you borrow $1,000 at 10% simple interest for 1 year. That's $100 in interest. Simple, right? But credit cards can be much more complicated. Compound interest means interest can be calculated on the principal plus accumulated interest. That's why time can work for you when you're investing, but against you when you're carrying expensive debt. Compound growth can be your friend when you're building assets, but compounding debt can become your enemy when you're consistently carrying balances. Credit cards are tools, not income. Here's where most people get in trouble. A credit limit is not extra income. If your credit card says you have a $10,000 limit, that doesn't mean you have $10,000 more to spend. It means the lender is willing to extend you up to that amount of credit under the account terms. Let's say your credit limit is $5,000 and you have a $500 balance. That's $500 divided by 5,000. That equals 10% utilization. Now imagine you have a $4,500 balance. That's a 90% utilization. That's a completely different financial picture. The industry standard is 30%. We always say go for 10% utilization. Don't obsess over one magic utilization percentage. The goal is to manage balances responsibly, keep debt affordable, and avoid carrying expensive revolving debt. Rule number one, only charge what you can afford. If you don't have the money to pay the bill, think twice before putting it on the credit card. I mean, it's just simple mathematics. You're borrowing money, it's not your money. Credit should help you manage transactions, not manufacture a lifestyle, right? We don't want to fake it till we make it, because if you fake it with a credit card, trust me, you will pay later. Rule number two is pay on time every time. Payment history is extremely important to your credit card profile. I think it's about 30% of it. Set up automatic payments for at least the minimum payment so you don't accidentally miss a due date. Then pay more when you can, if you're in a predicament where you've gotten a little bit in over your head, as they say. Rule number three, pay the statement balance when possible, right? Here's a strategy. Use the credit card, track the spending, then pay the statement balance in full by the due date. That can help you avoid interest on purchases when your card has a grace period and you meet its term. Rule number four, don't chase rewards. Cash back isn't a deal if you spend $1,000 to earn 20 and then pay hundreds in interest carrying the balance. Rule number five, don't max out your credit. Having a $10,000 limit doesn't mean you should spend 10,000, or in this case, really, borrow 10,000, because that's what you're actually doing. Leave yourself financial breathing room, right? That's why I always say shoot for 10% utilization. Part five, credit building versus debt building. There's a big difference between building credit and building debt. Building credit means demonstrating that you can responsibly manage borrowed money. Building debt means continuously borrowing money that you can't repay. Here's the credit card cycle, the bad cycle: swipe, spend, minimum payment, interest, more debt, stress. Here's the healthy cycle: plan, charge responsibly, track, pay, repeat. The goal isn't to avoid credit forever. The goal is to learn how to manage credit, how to leverage credit, right? We're not even talking about utilizing it for investment purposes yet. We're just talking about managing the credit card debt. Think beyond the credit card, because your credit profile becomes important when you're trying to buy a home, finance a vehicle, access business financing, qualify for certain financial products. The goal isn't simply to have a high credit score. The goal is to create strong overall financial profile. Now, let me give you an example of how a small purchase can become a big problem. Let's say you make let's say you make a $100 purchase, then another and another. Then you only make minimum payments. The interest accumulates. Then you either need another credit card to cover your expenses, or eventually You're not using the credit card to build your future. You're using future income to pay for your past. That's a bar. Here's the formula that we would suggest, right? Plan, purchase, track, pay, review. Plan, know what you're buying. Purchase, use credit intentionally. Track, monitor your balances. Pay on time. And when possible, pay the statement balance in full. I would say as soon as possible. Review, check your statements and credit reports regularly. Your credit card should never become the boss of your paycheck. You work too hard for your money to spend the next 6 months, year, or even years for something you enjoyed for only 6 minutes. Don't use credit to look wealthy. Oh my God, let me repeat this again. Don't use credit to look wealthy. Use financial knowledge to become financially stronger, because there's a difference between having access to money and having control over your money. If you're ready to understand your credit, improve your financial habits, and create a strategy for your financial future, give us a call at 954-751-8533, or you can visit our website, www.keys2, that's the number 2, goodcredit.com. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Good Money Mondays. I'm your host, Kelly T, reminding you to continue to educate, motivate, and elevate yourself and the people that surround you. This has been another episode of Good Money Mondays, where we bring practical financial literacy to practical people. You know, it's still Good Money Mondays, Good Money Mondays, Good Money Mondays, Good Money Mondays.